Hey guys, Tammy here. I am just sniffing perfumes on this rainy day and I thought you might want to join me. So starting out with Bois Doré by Van Cleef and Arpels. This one I found to be quite intriguing. It's a very pretty woody vanilla. It's almost like nutty and cozy. It's very comforting. I find it almost has a bit of a Play-Doh-like quality to it. That's what everybody says about Hypnotic Poison, and I do love that scent. Actually, I can't do Hypnotic Poison because the dry down is so smoky to me. It's almost like a burning, hurt my nose kind of smoky, deep in the dry down of Hypnotic Poison, so I can't do that. But I love the Play-Doh vibe. I love that sweet Play-Doh smell. The reason I like that Play-Doh vibe is because I do like powdery fragrances, but sometimes they're a little too floofy. Feel like they're fluffing up your nose. Whereas with the Play-Doh vibe fragrance, it's like it's powdery, but it has been like sprinkled with moisture and tamped down, so you still have the powderiness, but it's not just fluffing up in your nose. It's more like settled and anchored. It has tobacco in it, but it is it's not smoky at all to me. It's a very cozy, almost like a dry, crumbly brown leaf of a tobacco, but not lit on fire. And there is something a little bit aromatic in it, but it's almost a little bit metallic. So sometimes on skin, I'm kind of questioning, do I really love this? But yet at the same time, I've been trying to find a bottle online. I think it's probably long discontinued. That's probably why it's so hard to find a bottle of it, but I don't care. I keep trying to find a bottle, but it's so intriguing to me. I love it. It's cozy. It is nutty. It's tobacco-y. It's vanilla. It's a lot of vanilla. I'm really enjoying it. Time will tell if I ever end up getting a bottle. So I recently got a sample of Soft Spot, Phlur's newest release, and I really like this one. It definitely has that same presence to it that some of the other Phlur scents have, like Missing Person, Father Figure, that opens up with that musky, sweet skin scent. So I'm definitely getting that quality to it. This has a lot more vanilla in my opinion and a lot more florals, and particularly jasmine. I'm getting a very pretty jasmine, nothing indolic whatsoever. I think it has orchid and maybe water lily in it too. So it has some very pretty florals. Oh, I really like this one. When it dries down, you're kind of getting just an ordinary pretty floral, something like, I mean, it does not smell like Dior Pure Poison, but you know what I mean. The type of floral that even those who don't love florals tend to like Pure Poison is popular for a reason because the florals in it are very manageable. You almost wouldn't know they're florals unless you know. It's just sweet and soft and pretty. I really like Soft Spot. It is giving me a little bit of that, almost tropical. It almost has a tropical feel to it. It's almost reminding me of, you know, Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford and those tropical scents. I don't know if it's just the vanilla mixing with those florals that just gives a very pretty, sweet, tropical floral scent. I really like it. Now, when I wore it on skin, I remember thinking, okay, this is pretty ordinary. It's very beautiful, but ordinary, like something you could find anywhere. But yet it has that opening. You know how much I love Missing Person and Father Figure. So that musky, skin-like, sweet, almost clean, powdery feel to it that those have in them, this opens up with that. So even if it is just a typical scent, that opening does make it special, makes it stand out to me. So I have not seen this on Sephora, so I don't know where it's available right now. Probably just on the Phlur website. I'm not entirely sure. I've been spraying it a fair amount and it's still fairly full. So I'm excited to play around with this one more. So next I want to talk about Lost in a Dream by Navitus. This was in collaboration with Paulina Shar. She is one of my comfort channels. I still watch her to this day. There is something about her, seeing her face, hearing her voice, just the way she talks that just calms me down and just brings me comfort. So Lost in a Dream is Paulina's third collaboration with Navitus. First she had Venom of Love, and then there was Kind Intentions and Lost in a Dream. I hear she has another one coming out right away, and I think there is going to be lychee in it, and I will forever call it lychee, not lychee. I don't like the way the word lychee sounds, so just pretend I'm British. I'm not going to be spraying my sample of Lost in a Dream right at this minute because this is so precious to me. I fell in love with this fragrance. I adore it. I do want a full bottle of this. I am still comparing it to a few other scents just to see which one. There's about 3 or 4 that are very similar to me. And I want a full bottle of one of them, but I need to save this and give it a little few more wear tests and compare it to the other ones that I'm comparing it to see which one I'm actually going to purchase. But I'm thinking Lost in a Dream. Guys, it is so pretty. Commodity Milk is not one of the ones I'm comparing it to. To me, that is very, very much more milk dominant, like almost goes a little sour milk to me at times. Blanche Bête is not one of the ones I'm comparing it to either. That one also is very milky and more tuberose and more, I actually had Blanche Bête on my wish list and it came off my wish list because I wore it out to an event. And I was so self-conscious the whole time thinking I smelled like sour milk. For some reason that night, that sour milk note came out on me so strong. But the ones that I'm comparing it to, number 1 is Mind Game Sissa, which I am in love with. This is half or a third the price, but I mean, I really love Sissa, so I don't know if it'd be worth having them both, and I have to decide which I like more. There's another one by Deck of Scarlet called I'm Expensive that I'm also comparing it to, and I love that one too, and I want a full bottle of that as well. But you guys, Lost in a Dream, like I'm literally not going to spray it right now because I don't want to waste it. I love it so, so, so much. To me, this is so caramelly sweet and rich and divine, but you know I need that balance, and this does have that balance. So there are notes in it that tend to be bitter, like coffee, like almond. There are notes in it that tend to be more savory, almost like a buttery croissant, like fig. There's so much balance to this fragrance that it just hits the spot for me. I think it is so gorgeous. It is extremely sweet. I told you I can do sweet. I can do sweet if there's the balance with it. And this has the balance to me. It has so much sweetness. Like it has the marshmallow. It has all the sticky sweet notes, but it has the balance. Sissa has a little bit more maybe woodiness to it. This has woodiness too. This has woods in it. This has sandalwood and it has, I think, oak and really nice woods in it. So maybe once I purchase the one I'm going to purchase, I'll make a video comparing those 3 or 4 and let you know which one I purchased. But I just want to tell you that I love Lost in a Dream. Like, I love it. Now I'm going to talk about another one that captured my heart, and this is Ceramic by Andrea Maack. So I had purchased a sample set of Andrea Maack scents. There were 8. And none of them really did anything for me at all. And I'd kind of almost given up on this brand and thought maybe this is not the brand for me. But I really wanted to try Ceramic. And I don't want to waste this either because I really love this. This is a very laundry fresh, crisp, clean scent. Oh, wow. I love this. It has so many florals in it. Like the kind of the soapy ones, the clean, fresh ones, like Lily of the Valley. It has freesia, which is light. Freesia can almost have a little bit of a strawberry kick to it too. But I love the muskiness this has. It almost does smell to me like it has a little bit of neroli. It has that like citrusy freshness to it. Probably it's just bergamot. I'm not sure, but can you hear the rain? Oh my word, this is like the best, freshest pile of, like it's jumping in a pile of white towels that have just been laundered. Oh my word, there's something just a tiny bit sweet in it. I think it has green apple. I think that there's also amber, so that would give it a little bit of depth and sweetness, but not too much. Listen to that rain. Man, that's pouring. Anyway, I adore Ceramic. It is one of the most fresh, clean scents. I've worn it. It has some strength and projection too. For a clean scent, wow. I thought it performed really well. Have you tried it? Do you love it? That's really pouring. So next I'm gonna talk about one that I did not love, and this is Tonka Extraordinaire by EPC, or Experimental Perfume Club. This is nutty in a sicky sweet burnt way to me. Like, so it has almond, but to me it's not almond, it's like almond extract. It also has hazelnut, but to me it would not be like a natural hazelnut. It would also be like a hazelnut syrup or hazelnut extract, the very intense sweetness. I find it hard to believe anyone could like it at all. However, I believe this is actually a super popular one. People do really love this. They think it's not syrupy sweet. They think it's not cloyingly sweet. I think it's cloyingly, sickeningly sweet to me. It smells so burnt, like burnt sugar, but not in a good way. I feel like there can be a burnt sugar note that sometimes is done very well, but to me, this is just like you burnt the sugar on the stove and you did not mean to. It's an unbelievably concentrated type of sweetness that is sharp, no creaminess. Yeah, it's very artificial to me, but like try it for yourself, because I know that this is popular and I know a lot of people absolutely love this. So, and just because thunder, we almost never get thunder and lightning here. It just makes me feel like awestruck. I love it. Anyway, okay, we're back to a love, and I mean a deep love from the bottom of my heart. I'm gonna spray this out. I shouldn't be wasting this. I just breathed it in, but I don't care. I want it to be part of my soul. I love it. This is, oh my God. Okay, it doesn't taste good, I have to say. That's the only bad thing I can say about it. Yeah, it doesn't taste good. I just took a great big old mouthful of this and swallowed it, which is fine because I want to become one with this fragrance. I love it so much. So I'm going to even eat it, drink it. This is Cavort by Fragrance du Bois. On one hand, it's not really surprising how much I love and adore Cavort, because it has a lot of the notes that I like in combination, like rose with saffron, with sandalwood. There's ylang ylang and jasmine and some pretty sweet florals, which I tend to like. On the other hand, it's a little bit shocking that I do like this, because it has incense, it has cinnamon, which I typically don't like. It has geranium, which I don't usually love. It has davana, which isn't something that I am drawn to at all. But there's something about this that is so luxurious to me. And it was reminding me very strongly of a fragrance, and it was escaping my mind what it was reminding me of. I knew in my heart that whatever fragrance it was that it was reminding me of was one that I truly loved. And I don't know how. I remember laying in bed and I had a tester strip of Cavort beside me, and I kept picking it up and sniffing it. And then I'd leave it alone for a while and just try to like let my mind go blank, let it come to me. I kept picking up the test strip, smelling it. It finally came to me. Une nuit nomade, Jardins de Misfa. Now, I'm not saying they smell exactly alike, because of course I compared them, and no, they're not exactly alike. But there's something that is in the DNA of Jardins de Misfa, which I adore, which is also in this. But with Cavort, it is more gentle, and I think it would be more mass appealing, dare I say, not blind by safe or anything like that, but I just mean, like, if you do not like Jardins de Misfa, I can actually see why you wouldn't like it. I love it, but I can see how people maybe wouldn't like it. But I feel Cavort is a more easily likable version. It's much lighter. I would say Jardins de Misfa is the winter version and Cavort is the summer version. If you want a sexy date night scent for summer, this gives me butterflies. Some perfumes, like, they give me butterflies in my stomach, and this is one of them. Heavenly, heavenly. I find it just so It draws me right in. If this fragrance was a person, I'd probably ask them out on a date. Want to go out on a date with me? So yeah, I love, love, love Cavort. I'm not sure how much further I'm going to get because my son's going to be home from work soon because of the rain, and he works outside. It is a restaurant that most of the tables are out on a deck. So yeah, and he still does work at the cafe as well. If you're thinking like, doesn't he work at that cafe? So I wanted to try Rosarine by Dusita. I'd heard a lot about this. I'd heard really good things about it. It's reminding me a little bit of Nina Ricci Absolute, Rose Absolute, L'Extase, Rose Absolute. I never, ever can remember the names of all those, of all the Extase line. I can never remember the name of them, but the one in the black bottle, you know. It reminds me a little bit of that in the sense that the rose in this is a little bit more green, aromatic, dry, woody. I'm not really getting a lot of the fruitiness in this, judging by the notes. Now let me just go on my iPad and see the notes. Judging by the notes, the fact that it has lychee, raspberry, ambrette, which is one of my favorite notes, orris, cacao. I thought I would like this a little bit more than I do. I'm gonna play around with it more because you know I'm loving rose, and so the aspect of this, like the rose aspect of this, I'm really enjoying. But there's some other notes in it that are just coming across a little too green, a little too earthy to me. Maybe the vetiver, maybe the patchouli, maybe the incense. There's something in it that's coming across very dry, earthy, spicy to me. But I don't dislike it. Rosarine by Dusita. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely play around with this a little bit more. Even try, this would probably be amazing for layering actually. It's just not everything that I thought it was going to be. I don't love it the way I thought it was going to. I still like it. I do feel that it's a very high quality. Like I can tell that the rose in here is really nicely done, but it's just not coming together for me in the way I expected it to. So still nice, just not a love for me yet. I have been seeing Carolina Herrera Good Girl Midnight around, and I like Good Girl and I like Good Girl Supreme. I really tend to like a lot of the ones. I even like Good Girl Blush. I like the Blush Elixir. Some of them are a little bit stereotypical, like sweet, just sweet scents, you know what I mean? But it's a lot like I Want You by Jimmy Choo. It's super sweet. I don't know why I had such an urge to smell this one. I kind of like that gold and black bottle. Yeah, white florals like tuberose, a lot of vanilla, that almond nuttiness. Anyway, I really like the Good Girl Midnight. I don't think I would get it because to me it's quite close to Jimmy Choo I Want You, which I have been on the verge of decluttering. But I have been just craving to smell this for so long. I've seen it. I don't know, when did it come out? It came out in 2022. Okay. Louise Turner and Quentin Biche. Yeah, it's good. It's nice. It's pretty. It's very sweet. It's sexy. I like it. I don't think I would purchase it. If someone gave it to me though, I'd be like, thank you. Yummy. I like it. Yeah, Good Girl Midnight. And another one that I wanted to finally get my nose on after everyone else but me has smelled it was Khamrah by Lataffa. And you know, you're probably thinking, but Tammy, you don't really like that cinnamon type of fragrance. What's going on with you, girl? This is kind of reminding me of an apple pie if you replace the apples with dates. That's what it's like to me. It has very heavy cinnamon, but the quality of the cinnamon is something I like a little bit better than I usually do for cinnamon. Actually, I know that bergamot is just in the top notes, but I'm getting that citrus brightness from this. Definitely getting a very bright citrus from it. Yeah, it has the dates, it has the vanilla, the cinnamon. I don't see myself wearing this. I knew that I probably wasn't going to be my style of fragrance before I even got this, but you know, have you ever just wanted to smell something just because everyone else smells it and talks about it and you just feel left out and you have FOMO and you don't want to miss out? Now I'm getting like the apples and the dates together in the pie, with lots of cinnamon and lots of like resinous myrrh and woodiness. It's good. I can see why people love this. I'm actually super glad that I have the sample. So next I tried Ô Féminin by M. Micallef, and I've been hearing a lot about this one. And when you first spray it out, you definitely get, or at least I definitely get, a blast of neroli. So you might be saying, Tam, how do I know what neroli smells like? Well, I will tell you exactly what neroli smells like to me. If you've ever had a box of the Sunlight lemon scented laundry detergent, the powdered laundry detergent, and you take the cardboard and you rip it open and lift the lid on the cardboard box and you stick your head right in and take a deep whiff, that's neroli. That's exactly neroli to me. Tom Ford Neroli Portofino, Byredo Sundazed, any of those neroli-centric scents smell exactly to me like that box of lemon-scented Sunlight powdered laundry detergent. And I'm gonna buy a box of that someday and just crack right into it so that I can get, like, have that scent memory. That's a huge scent memory for me. That's the only laundry detergent my parents ever used to get. And you'd have the scoop, the little clear green scoop sitting in it, and you'd scoop it and pour it on your clothes. That's not what I use now, but that's what I used my whole entire childhood growing up. And we had to do our own laundry as kids from the time we were like 10 and up. So definitely I get a lot of neroli in the opening of Ô Féminin. And later on I do get some orange blossom, definitely get orange blossom. And if you've never smelled orange blossom and you're wondering, hey Tam, what does orange blossom smell like then? I will tell you, to me, it smells very similar to chewable vitamin C. That orangey, but like powdery. There's just something about it. It just reminds me of it a lot. So I get a little bit of the orange blossom coming in. And on skin, like on paper, I'm not getting it right now, but on skin, it does warm up and sweeten up a little, but I'm still getting a lot of neroli from this one. Is it pretty? Yes. Is it feminine? Yes, I think. Let's talk about that for a second. Ô Féminin. The name says it right there. I just saw a conversation lately online and people were discussing the use of the words masculine and feminine when we're describing perfumes. It is kind of an outdated way of describing them, I guess. But to me, that doesn't mean male and female. It doesn't have anything to do necessarily with gender. To me, those are qualities. There's masculine qualities and feminine qualities in each person. So I think it's okay to describe perfumes as masculine leaning and feminine leaning. I really do. Like, it doesn't mean it's only for men and only for women. It's just another way to describe the scent. Ô Féminin. Like, if a major perfume company is naming this Ô Féminin, I guess I don't have a problem with that. What do you think about that? I don't know. I didn't comment on the post, but I kind of wanted to like explain my point of like the fact that everyone has within them some feminine side to themselves, some masculine side, some feminine qualities, some masculine qualities. It's actually just a descriptive word. To me, anyone can wear any perfume. And when my husband wears my fragrances, they smell like they suit him. And I can wear the same fragrance and it smells different on me and it smells like it suits me. And I can wear his fragrances and the same thing applies. So anyways, that's my little talk about Ô Féminin. Let me see if I have time to fit in one more sample, and I'm gonna have to do another couple of parts on this. I just have so many amazing samples that I've gotten, and yeah, I probably have a couple dozen more. So I'm going to talk about Musk Moschus. So I'm going to talk about the popular Rania. So I'm going to talk about that popular Rania J one that's been talked about for ages now. Musk Moschus. I'm not really sure. Part of me wants to say Musk Moschus, but it's like Moschus. I don't know. Does anybody know how to pronounce it? Did you know that it came out in 2019? 5 years ago? Wow. Oh my goodness, it is so pretty. It's really, really pretty. It's a fruity musk. There is a category of scents that, you know, includes Skin by Clean Reserve, Musk Therapy by Initio, and that whole vibe, this has that vibe. Comparing this side by side with Initio Musk Therapy, I found this one to be a little bit more of a grapey sweet scent, whereas Musk Therapy was a little bit more, not orangey, but it just had a little bit more citrus freshness to it, and this has a little bit more of a grapey sweetness, in my opinion. Like, it has black currant. This is sweeter. This is sweeter, and I don't know, I feel like the musk is at the same level in both of those. Now, if you're talking about clean skin, that one has a heavier musk than those two. At times, it almost got a little bit too sweet for me, a little too fruity tooty, tutti fruity, a little too almost like artificial grape flavoring in a way, but it's still so pretty. Grape is my favorite flavoring of all, so you know, it's not a bad thing. It's just so darn pretty. It really is. It is a lovely, lovely scent. I think that's gonna be all I have time for today. I have so many more samples sitting here. I have not gotten to any of these ones, and I have another half dozen coming in the mail soon. So I'm gonna have enough material for another couple of videos. There's just something about these sample sniff videos I love. I just love smelling what y'all are smelling and talk about it together. I may not be saying anything new to what you've already heard, but I love listening to several reviews on the same fragrance because I feel like everyone has a little something different to say. I hope it can be helpful to you, or at least enjoyable and entertaining. So you guys, I really appreciate you sticking with me to the end. If you did, would you please hit the like button for me? I would love that. Thanks for spending time with me. Thank you for clicking on the thumbnail in the first place. I just always really appreciate it when you guys take your time and spend it with me. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.